Hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to be building a Lego Ninjago racer. Working on the game for that Lego game jam that they're doing with Unity. We're putting together a game with some bricks and writing some code for it. Yesterday we kind of got started with a plan and a little bit of a game setup. So we've got two racers that kind of run side by side. Player controls one of them and then can get to the end faster. We don't have win conditions yet, and we haven't written a lot of code, but that's kind of the plan today. We'll write a bunch of code to probably add in some new blocks, maybe do some custom stuff, and then deal with win conditions, put in some more racers, and then also get rid of the weird tag thing that I put in as a quick temporary fix yesterday. So before we get started, if you're watching this live, hello and thanks for joining. If not, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in this kind of video, you want to see more just live game development, I'd be happy to do it. Just need to know that that's what people want to see. All right, so let's get started first by actually jumping over to the desktop. I'm going to show where we're at with the game and what we've got so far. I've got my little Lego racing game here with two different characters. I've got Zane and Lloyd in here. I'm going to hit play, watch chat, say hello, and then yeah, we'll go from there. We'll start adding in some features. All right, so here we are. See, I've got my characters. They run and race, and if I jump, every time I get one of those potions, it essentially speeds up the character. It increases the speed multiplier that we've added here. This is kind of where we left off yesterday. We added this increase player speed on pickup that gives a 50% speed modifier every time we pick something up, and then it binds to a specific controller. All right, so first I want to jump over to my Millinote board and just get an idea of the stuff that I was doing yesterday, where we were, and maybe see if there's anything to mark off or to figure out as my first step. So I've got jumping to collect for speed. That actually is kind of in progress right now. That's the thing that I'm working on. Jumping over obstacles and slowing down is something that I haven't started working on yet. I've got an obstacle in there, but it just stops you right now. I guess technically you could jump over it and it kind of slows you down, but I'm thinking like it would be something that gets knocked over or breaks away and just slows you down. Maybe you lose your speed boost or something like that. And then an end and a win condition. These are kind of my, I guess this is my short-term task list. Let's see if I can just add a title. Plus tasks. There we go. So I'm going to continue working on the jumping to collect for speed thing first. Get that so that it's no longer using tags so that we can just set up any number of these potions, not customize them and do this weird stuff like these fruits right now have to be matched to tag or matching the tag of Zane so that Zane can pick them up. Instead, I think what we'll do is figure out a way to pass through the thing that picked him up to the object and then give that thing the speed boost instead. All right, let me just quickly check chat. Let's see. Nothing's new, nothing changes. Okay. Not a lot going on yet. So some questions about making a Street Fighter game. Maybe we'll do some kind of fighting game sometime. But for now, we're building out this kids game that's got a couple requirements, by the way. We can only use one button. So it's got to be click to jump or click and hold to do something. Things like that. We can't do anything more than a button, and I can't use it as a touch screen. And it's got to be targeted at little kids so that it actually makes sense as a Lego game for kids. So that's kind of the goal. And we can't use weapons, or at least pretty sure we can't use any weapons. So I'm just avoiding all weapons. It was a little bit not clear about it, but maybe you could use some weapons. I don't know. And then, okay. Let's get back into it. Sorry, I'm getting myself distracted for a second. So we've got our scripts right here that pick up and speed us up. Let's go take a look at that. First, I've got Lloyd, which was the main character, and he's got that one button minifig controller that just runs forward continuously, and then when we press the one button, does a jump. This is the part where we could change it to make it like stop or do something else when we press or rotate or whatever, but we're just doing a jump right now, and we run continuously forward, and then we've got this increase player speed on pickup, and this is what's making it so that my character gets faster. Let's hit play real quick. Watch them get faster again. So watch as I jump and pick one of these up. You see my speed. Oh, well, you see his speed's getting faster because he doesn't suck at this. There we go. And now I got a little bit faster. So let's see how that part works and then fix how that part works so that I don't dislike it. And then maybe we'll commit it into source control because I can see it's not in there as well. All right, so get rid of the breakpoints here, and I'm going to get rid of all these extra warnings that I don't necessarily need. And then let's take a look at the way that this thing is acting. So we've got an awake method here that registers for that on collected of a pickup action. So whenever anything that can be picked up gets collected, it fires off this on collected, which then calls into our on collected, and it passes in the action that got collected. So this is just a static event that takes an instance of this and gets called by it whenever a thing is collected. So whenever an instance of it's collected, this gets called. So just an easy way to register for it, a nice static event. I use these all the time myself. So when we collect something, on collected gets called and it gives us this pickup action. And then here I'm just checking to see if the tags match. Really what I want to do is only do the pickup action when that thing is given to the player. So when it's actually like the player got the action or the player got the item instead of checking the tag. And the pickup action, if I remember, didn't have any data about the thing that picked it up. Let's go find that on collected. So I hit Shift F12 and we'll go find the references to it right down here and then find where it's invoked. So what is it? Is it on this one? Yeah, it looks like line 179. So it gets invoked here. I just got to remember how this worked. If it's not collected, what's this method? So in update, if it hasn't been collected and it has colliders that are active, what does this mean? Then okay, so this is where we're marking it as collected. So it must be this active colliders got marked. Then we call on collected. So there are a couple options here. Let's see, do we have a reference to the thing that hit us here? Active colliders, what does this have? It has sensory colliders. Let me see. I'm just going to take a quick look at this, at the active colliders thing and see what we can reference in there. Maybe we can just pass something in, add in another event. Maybe I'll just add in my own custom event on top of pickup action so that I'm not really changing it. Or I might just add in a new sensor. I'm not completely sure. First, I want to see what this has, though. So we'll get the active collider and then the sense data. And then, oh, this just has bricks, tags, and players. Let's see, tag. Think for a second. What? Let's take a look at this. I need to see what this is. So this is our enum type. We've got the sense mode. We've got a sense tag. It's sensing us. That's not what I want. I want to find the collision. Where's the part where it actually does the collision? Setup sensory collider. Is where it adds it? No. Sensory collider activated. Okay, so on sensor activated. So many levels of abstraction here. It makes it a lot of bit confusing to at least to explain and dive into. I can kind of figure it out as we go through it, but it does make it hard as like a simple tutorial. If somebody's asking if Rider's really worth it versus Visual Studio, I personally think so. I mean, I've been paying for it for a long time. I love it, but it just depends on I guess the cost. I mean, you can get student versions and a lot of discounts and stuff, so just go check it out or try out the free version. They have a free trial. So on sensor activated gets called here, and then it passes in the other. Okay, so on sensor activated is actually sending in the thing that's getting used. So if we have a pickup action and we get the sensory collider activated method, that gets called and it passes in the other collider that just gets thrown away. Okay. But I don't want that to get thrown away because I want to know what the thing is that I collided with. So you know what I could do is just say let's make this a public variable. Last collided with equals, and I'm just going to call this last collided with a lowercase l. Small change to the pickup action. Not a huge fan of making a modification to it, but it's for a game jam. It's not a long-running project that I need to worry about. So I make this a property with a private setter so that nothing else can accidentally change it. And now I should be able to know the last thing that I collided with. And I can just go into this increase player speed thing, minimize all this, and stop doing this compare tag and just say if pickup action dot last collided with dot game object, because I think I just want to check the game object there. Well, let's double check it. Equals game object. We'll just check those. So if that's the case, then we will increase the speed modifier. Delete everything else. I want to double check this. I'm not 100% sure how those colliders were set up, but my expectation is that these are going to be the same, that the collider's on the same level as that. It's been a little while since I looked at the prefab. Well, I guess it's been a few minutes at least, and I've already forgotten. So let's take a look at the error here. Oh, don't need this. Delete, save, and build. That was the little bit of code where I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But now I just deal with it on the collider. It's the last thing I collided with will work as the pickup item. All right, let's jump over to Unity. Let's go find those fruits real quick. So my fruits are there. They look perfect. Okay, I've got my characters, the one button minifig controller on Zane. Perfect. And then do I have the, where's my speed one? Increase speed. Okay, cool. All right, let's hit, oh, do I want this tag to change? I guess I don't care. I'm going to change the tag of these ones to just be default. Or untagged, actually. I think my other fruits are untagged. Yeah. I'm going to make them all untagged and just make sure that Zane, the white guy over there, still gets his speed boost. I mean, that's really the change that I should expect. If I broke it, is that he wouldn't get it. Okay, he's getting it. Looking good. And my guy gets his speed boost too. All right, let's try one more time. I want to just run with Lloyd, make sure that I jump and get the boosts. There we go. Yep, and I can actually win the race. Nice. All right, that was a lot easier than all that tag complication, confusion stuff. Sometimes you try to make a shortcut like that, it just gets messier and stuff. So I figured it was a good thing to fix. All right, so let's continue on. I've got the jumping to collect for speed part is actually kind of working. I think, do I want to deal with jumping with obstacles or just setting up a win condition? Let's see. I think I want to try doing a win condition with the Lego bricks real quick and see if I can make that work first, and then we'll build out a bigger track, put up some more jumpers, and I kind of want to change the camera view too. Heavily considering going to like a side view that's let me show you real quick. Looking at something that's like a side shot like this. Let's set this one as the solo view, and then maybe making it orthographic instead of perspective, so that the view is actually very different. I don't know if I want to necessarily do that, but I'm at least considering it. Or maybe just changing the field of view. I don't know. Playing around with something with the different look there. So if anybody's got some really good ideas on what that should look like or what it could look like too, let me know. I'm kind of curious. Come up with some good stuff. Let me see. Let's go back. Let me play with this just a little bit more and then we'll jump over to it. Oh, this is going to be a little bit weird if it's like that and then pulled out. Oh, no, it'd have to be pulled out here. Ooh, this is a... Oh, no, I need to play with the orthographic size. What am I doing here? I have to play with the size. Okay, I'm going to stop playing with the camera for a minute because I want to get into the code part and then deal with the camera stuff afterwards. And actually spend some time dedicated to it and working on it. So let's see, where's my camera? Let's get this back into perspective mode, get everything right. And then we'll, oh, what keeps beeping at me? Sorry, sometimes it keeps, oh, it's, is it LinkedIn? That's weird. There's something keep popping up, beeping and looping at me with messages. Close everything out, make sure I can figure out what's going on. All right, so let's start adding in a win condition. Let's do that next. I think that'll be a good one. And I'm going to put in Master Wu as the win condition. So let's see, Master Wu. Do we have a, where is he? So there's a Ninja bot version of him. There's this guy. I don't know where the other Master Wu is. I thought we had one that was a minifig of him too. Let me go look in there. I think in the add-ons folder, and then in the prefabs, minifigs. Sensei Wu, that's why. Different name. Easy to fix. Swap that in, get rid of this Ninja bot, and I'm going to put this guy here. So I think for Sensei Wu, let me save real quick. I want to open up the example scene that they have for the win condition on the race and see how they did that, because it makes a lot of sense to just figure out what they used there and probably copy that. There's probably just a block that deals with this. So it's just, was it the training course? I think that was it. Yeah, and then at the end of it, you get to the master. Where is he? which is right down here. And there's a block. Ah, this is it, I think. So this is the win block and brick building mode. No, single brick selection. No, I think multi-brick selection mode. And the right mode now. Okay, so we've got a nearby trigger that checks for the player. Okay, so that's what I need is a model or a block with a nearby trigger that checks for a player. So that's just one of these blocks right here. Just add the model script there, and then what's it got underneath it? Anything else? No. Okay. What's attached to it? What does it do? So it checks for a player, and then it calls this win action, which just plays audio. Oh, okay. So that's the whole action. Oh, okay. No, it's got some text too. Objective for nearby trigger, a title, and how does this win action work? I'm curious. And then it's got a trigger here. This is a prefab. Let's go find this. Okay, these are behavior bricks. So we've got a win brick here. Okay, I'll just take the win brick and drag it out. Let's try that. I'm going to pull the win brick into my scene. See? Exactly what I was thinking. No reason to go recreate stuff that probably already exists. So we'll go find our scene again, go back into the racing scene, and I'll just search for win, and then go find that win brick. Since I'm using that minifigure, I expect it's just going to work. All right, let's go find our space here. I get to the end here by the master, and we'll drag in a win brick, and then the win actions can up. It's automatically all set up. Look at that. It's like magic. Let's save, play, and see if I can win the race now. Oh, maybe I already won it there. I'm not sure what just happened, why it played. So it played automatically. Oh, because I don't have the trigger. What was the trigger? It was a nearby trigger, right? Yeah. Where's nearby trigger? Maybe it should be a touch trigger. Oh, let's just do a nearby trigger. We'll do a nearby trigger for a player checking out not 10 meters. Let's go like 2. Oh, I'll go to 5. And we'll save. Let's try that. Now I should not hear the woohoo. I still heard it. Why did I still hear woohoo? That's not right. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear that. So the nearby trigger. Oh, wait. I'm unsure. Let's see. I'm gonna save this real quick and go take a look at that other scene again. Actually, I should pull these scenes up side by side. So I'm gonna go into the add-ons again, go into the scenes subfolder here, and then we'll take that Woo's training course. I'm just gonna pull it up, drag it in here, and you can actually load the 2 scenes side by side. Then I can just take a look at this win object one more time. So it's got a nearby that checks for brick, connected actions, player at a distance of 5. Let me check mine. So mine is set to. Oh wait, did I have the other one selected? That might have been mine. Brick connected actions. Okay, where's this win one? Let me make sure I select the correct one. I'm in the wrong position. I have both scenes open and I was looking at the wrong one. All right, so this is the. Let me just unload my scene for a second. Unload. We'll go find that other win condition, which is, I guess, oh, okay, it's way over here. That's why I was in the totally wrong spot looking at the wrong object. All right, so we got the win condition here. It's got the win action nearby trigger. Yeah, this is. All right, is there anything in the extra conditions? No. It's got that, I assume this distance is showing that radius is showing the distance there to check for players. Connected bricks, connected actions, player. Okay, let me see. Let's unload this one, or I guess gotta reload the other one. We'll unload this one. Don't need to save. Go find this object. Connected bricks. Or was it brick, connected actions, player. Yeah, and then it's got this radius. Let's see. Why don't I see the radius there, though? That's strange, isn't it? What am I missing here? Interesting. Let me pull up chat. I just realized I haven't been looking at chat for a little while. So why is this win brick not getting the same distance? I'm going to load the other one and just pull that brick over. I'm a lot a bit confused about what's going on with that. Let's search for win. I'll find the win brick in the other scene in Master Woos, and I'll just drag it into my racing scene. Did it move? No. That's okay. I'll just take it again. Take this one. Okay, it's this parent. It's up a couple levels actually, huh? Oh, here, let's pull this over. I'm going to do a comparison. So here's the one from the other scene, and then there's mine. Let's unload this one. Don't save again. So I've just moved a copy of it. Not saving it just means the other one got reverted, and it still has its other one in there. So these almost match. Oh, but this doesn't have the. Why doesn't this have the nearby trigger on it? As a child. Why does that one have it and this one doesn't? Interesting. But it still shows a nearby trigger there. Like, let's see. I see a win action with a nearby trigger on this one. Set to 15. Here, let's move this position. I'm gonna move this into the exact same position as the other one. So we'll paste. Paste component values. There we go. Yeah, see, this one works totally fine. And I'm guessing that this one's got the trigger on it. That one's. Okay, so I'm going to add a nearby trigger. I think this is the issue. I think the problem is that to build these blocks, I needed to just put the 2 blocks out here. Yeah, that's the issue. I see it. Look at that. This one has the 2 blocks stacked up, not in just one object. And I needed to do the same. Instead of adding it to my win block here, I see what I've done wrong. Instead of adding this, I needed to add in one of these blocks and then just attach it. So then if I go into, is this brick mode? There we go. I can attach it now to this brick. Now they become one. Got it. Okay, this is making sense. Win condition or win block. There we go. And then I'll delete the other one. Now I expect this to actually work because now it's starting to make sense to me. I'm going to move this over. Let's click on that block and move it over one more spot there and then save the scene. All right, now I'm going to hit play. So again, what I was thinking is, instead of adding components, I keep adding in these components to these bricks, but I need to add in other bricks and just connect them because these components, it looks like, require some stuff on children and some other object setup. So not having them and just dropping on the component doesn't seem to necessarily work all the time, or at least hasn't worked at all every time I've tried it. I need to actually just connect them as separate blocks and remember that they're actually separate blocks that are set up. Okay, I didn't hear the woohoo. Let's try and see if I make it. Or if I get it when I get to the end. Ah! All right, there we go. We've got at least a win sound. So we've got a sound effect playing off when we get to the end and win. That's exciting stuff. All right. Let me think what I want to do next. Now I'm kind of pumped because I got it figured out. I'm starting to really understand what to do here. So I think I want to make this I kind of want to add in another racer. I want to change the view. Let me go to my notes here. I've got a quick end condition. Maybe I'd do like a start condition too. Let's do a start countdown, like to prepare them for the race, then tell them what to do, right? To press the button to jump. I don't need to go through the whole tutorial part yet. Maybe we'll do that a little bit further down once we've got a lot of the game working. Let's see, what else do we need? But I would like a little start timer, though, so they have like a 3, 2, 1 start. And then jumping over obstacles and slowing down if you miss. Maybe I'll do that after. So why don't we start with a countdown. Let's go take a look at some of these other bricks. I want to see what other things are in there. So go to the bricks. We've got a alive. What's alive? An alive action. Okay, I don't know. I guess it does something. An audio, okay, simple enough. Just playing some birds or whatever. A control action for different types of things. So controlling a hovercraft, an aircraft, or a character. Cool. Counter. Oh, to count whatever, some number of things. Elevator, explode makes sense. Hazard makes sense. Probably just kills player. A hover, we already used that. Oh, you know what? I should fix the way that I've done the hovers here too. Because on the fruits, let's see if we can fix that. So I've got the fruits here have a block there, and then I've got the hover action added onto them. I should probably just add in the hover block here and then attach it. There we go. Did that do what I thought it was gonna do? I think it did. It looks really weird though. I'm gonna undo that for now. I'll recreate those in a little bit and we'll just do it from scratch. See what the other things are though. We've got a spawn, a shoot, a speak, a timer trigger. Okay, let's add a speak. Let's add a little intro. I'm gonna do an intro that speaks and tells them what they're doing. So let's see what speak does. Drop a speak out here. Speech bubbles. Hello. Get ready to race. Okay, simple enough. Should it pause? Yeah, whatever. Pause for 4 seconds. Save. Let's play and see if it just instantly plays and says get ready to race. Okay, cool. It did. Now, how do I pause the game so that my characters don't start? That's a good question. So we've got triggers, button trigger, pick up, a platform, a random trigger, a rotate, a shoot, a touch. When, like, is there a start? You know, why don't I just look at the other example again? So I think this one, I don't remember. Did it start automatically? Actually, it might have started automatically. Let's unload and find out. So I'll try out their example, see if it just instant starts. Yeah, it does. Okay. That's not going to work. So there's nothing to copy from there. I was just looking to see if I could maybe copy some behavior out of there for pausing the game before we start. Doesn't look like it though. So we'll just have to add in something of our own. So we've got a speak. Let's see. What should we do to these characters? I was just trying to think of how I want to stop the characters from moving, or what the best way is to control the character's movement state, and how I want to make it so that they either start going or stop going, or they, I guess, really so that they start going when we click. So let's add in another brick. Let's call this a start brick. And then we'll add in a brick to actually get started. Something that listens for us to press a button and then begins the game once we've pressed the button. So I'm going to go back into those behavior bricks. And then let's look for maybe the one button one. Let's try that. Let's drop out a one button here. And then add that on. Oh, this doesn't, look at that. On start game. Move, no, rotate. No, this isn't going to work for what I want, is it? Trying to think of what I want to do here. All right, I'm just going to write a script. Let's write a quick game state machine that'll just control our game state. Something that'll be really simple and allow us to control whether we're playing, winning, or we've won. So let's create a game state script. All right, let's create a game state machine script. Or I'll just call it game state. And then in this, we'll keep track of our different game states. So let's make an enum. I'll call this public. I want to use for the type here, game state type, and I'll call it started or start menu. Let's say start playing 1 or finished. I think those are the 3 states that I've got. I'm going to generate that as an enum. So we've got an enum here. Oh, whoops. I put the values inside of the declaration there. I want to put them right there like that. So I've got an enum with 3 different values. I've got a game state type. I'll call this a game state type. And I think, well, yeah, let's just make it public for now. I'm not sure exactly how I want to set this up. I'm going to make it relatively simple. So we'll start off in the starting state. And then when we switch states, we'll just deal with the transition. Let's make it really simple to start. Let's start with a quick update. And we'll begin with the easiest type of state machine where we just look at a switch. So we just base it off of a switch since we've got 3 states and probably all fit into like 20 lines of code without overly complicating it. If it gets more complex, though, we can always build it into a more complicated state machine that can handle more stuff. But if we're just dealing with 3 simple states where we really aren't doing much other than reading input and toggling a couple objects, a switch might just be enough for us. So let's start with a starting state of, or case of start. Here we'll just say that if, let's add some braces. What do we want to do in the start state? We already showed the text right at the beginning, so maybe we'll show the text again. Maybe we'll enable some objects, or let's just, fire off some game events or some Unity events. So let's say on start.invoke. There we go. Let's shut this down into a single line, and we can add a break. I'll copy that, paste it 2 more times, and we'll just add a playing and a finished. So this would be when we switch to these states. So we're going to change this up just a little bit. Let's change this to on playing and on finished. We'll make some Unity events here. So go up to the top, generate a serialized field, or type in a serialized field of a Unity event, and then give it the name on start. Copy that, paste it 2 times, get the on playing here and the on finished. Generate those, or import the missing statement, or the missing type here, the using statement. There we go. Using Unity engine.events. So we've got our Unity event here. All right, so now we can just fire off any event based off of the game state. This is going to fire it off every frame, and I don't really want to do that. I only want to do that when we switch game states. So let's make this method, instead of update, be set game state, and we'll take a game state here. Game state. And then we'll say that game state type. Oh, whoops, I need to use type. I'm going to rename this. Let's call this game state manager. I'm just going to make this a little bit more explicit because I don't like having the word type here. I'm going to rename game state type to game state. There we go. Normally I would have the game state be like a base class or something that you'd inherit from. But in this case, I think this is a little bit simpler and cleaner for what we want to do. So we've got a game state here. I'm going to make this public and make it have a public getter and a private setter. I'm not sure that we need to get it publicly, but I'm going to just go with that by default. And I know I don't want to be setting it publicly. So we've got a game state here that can now be set, and then we'll invoke some events based off of what we set it in. The first thing we need to do, of course, is just give it a default value. So on enable, I'm just going to set the state to start. So say set game state, and we'll set it over to that game state dot start. So this will put us in that starting mode. I need to change this from game state manager to game state and rename this to game state. There we go. All right, let's do a build real quick. Control-Shift-B. Make sure that it compiles. Looks good. Now, if I attach this, I should be able to have it fire off whatever my on-start methods are right at the beginning. And then when I get into firing and on playing or something, we'll be able to deal with that next. So let's jump over to Unity. Let's attach this game state manager to some game object that'll keep track of our game state. Let's call this game. I'm going to make this big and capital. Game state manager. I'll add some big old minuses there. Make it really obvious that this is some special object here. And attach the script to it. We'll reset the transform. And then on start, let's do a couple things. Let's enable this start brick right here. So I'll take this starting brick, drag it in there, go to game object, and just turn it on. So just enable it. By default, I think I'll turn it off so that the script can enable it. And I'm not 100% sure if it's going to rerun this action when it reloads or when it restarts, but I think that it probably will. So I guess we'll find out. So this should just turn the thing on immediately when we start and not really do anything else. So I want to do a couple other things. I also want to reset these 2 characters back to their starting position and tell them not to run. So first, let's just make it so that they don't run. Let's go in and select Lloyd and go find his 1-button minifig controller and just disable it. Or just turn that thing off. I'll copy it and do the same for Zane. Just turn that controller completely off. Let's see, 1-button minifig controller enabled, and turn that to off. All right, so now when I start up, the character should not run, and I should get the text. Let's see. Looking good so far. All right, now I want to make it so that when I click or when I touch the button or whatever, will start the game. So after maybe a second or so in the start mode, or once it's played through the text, I'd say click the button to start. So where's that at? Where's my start brick? Get ready to race. Or let's add the text. Let's see. It's time for a race to the Lloyd's birthday party. Press the button to start. Oh, okay, maybe I need to add in another text. So let's add in, do I just add in another brick here? How do I add in more text? Oh, plus the talk action. So, we can do a talk, an act, or let's do an information. Press the button to jump. Get potions to run faster. Okay, that looks good. Let's hit play real quick and see if that works. I expect it's going to show me those 2 bits of text. Okay. Press the button to jump. Get potions. Oh, get potions to run faster. Okay, cool. That seems good. So that's the information. And then we'll do one more that says press the button to start. And I'm going to cut these times way down. So the pauses are at 1. I'm going to set them to, or 4. I'm going to set them to 1.5. So we got, 4.5 seconds until the end of this when it all disappears. And then right at the end of that, do I want to, is there like a delay action? Let me see. I wonder if there's a brick that does, it just like runs an action after a set amount of time or something. Oh, Mario mentions I'm not setting the new state in there. That's probably the case. I'll do that in just a moment. I want to see real quick if I can find, let's see, is there a brick to run something after a time? A timer trigger. Yeah, there we go. So let's add this in. I'll add the timer trigger block, and I'm going to attach it to my start block if I can figure out where I put my start. Where did I put my start block? Oh, I disabled my start brick. Hold on. Let's click that in. We'll enable my start brick. There we go. And then I'm going to attach this timer trigger. And, oh, actually, do I need let me see. I'm trying to see. So this will run actions after some amount of time. Is there a Unity event action? That's what I need. I need an action that fires off a Unity event. Does a control one do that? What's that do? Hovercraft? No. Counters, hovers, input triggers. See, an input trigger could work too, but I need to be able to fire off some sort of an event in here. I'm trying to see if there is one. I don't see anything. There's a random timed one, a touch timed one, some different actions and stuff, but I'm not seeing anything that does a an actual, just kind of like a generic event. So I guess what we'll do is I'll just put it into my state machine. Let's keep it simple. Let's stay in the code and keep it a little bit more how I would do it if I wasn't using any Lego stuff at all. So after our delay, after we switch into start, or first let's set our state to start. So we'll say game state. Let's see, state equals game state. So we're actually using the game state now and not just using the default. Right now it was working because we were already on start as the default. So it was defaulting because that's the first one in the enum. So it was defaulting to that as the entry. So now we're setting the game state correctly. We'll kick off start and invoke it. And then after we go into the start mode, I think what we'll do is just we'll switch state to playing after. Do I want to? No, actually, I want to wait. Let's do an update. I'll just do a quick update here. We'll keep this simple. So we'll say switch game state. And again, if you're building a real state machine, watch one of my other state machine videos where you get into a lot more complex stuff. This is 3 states and something that we're going to throw away in a couple days. So we're going to keep it really simple. It will work for that. But as it gets bigger and more complex, it'll stop working. So, or it'll not stop working, but it'll get a lot harder to work with if you start using switches. Then they get to 4, 5, 6 different cases and all kinds of different things going on. This file grows over 100 lines. You probably need to refactor it. All right, so let's add in our statements, our switches here, our case statements here. And I don't want to invoke these on start, on playing, on finished events. Instead, in the on start one, I just want to do a quick look. I'll say if input.get button down, and I'm just going to use the old standard input system, check for fire 1. If they press fire 1, then I will say set game state to playing. Simple enough. And yeah, that's it for this. And then we'll break out of that one. So if we're in the playing state, what do I want to do? Probably nothing yet. So we'll just break. And then if we were in the finished state, I want to maybe kick off some timer and then go into the playing state or the start state again to reset the game. So let's say reset game and then break. Let's generate a method for reset game. Actually, let's make this let's just generate a method for it first. I want to have this reset game thing happen after like 10 seconds, or maybe they've clicked, I don't know, 5 times. If they keep clicking the button because they really want to get done, then I'll maybe allow them to reset as well. So I'll just say I'm going to kick off a coroutine that waits, and we'll just wait for 5 seconds first, or 10 seconds, and if they click fast, then we'll maybe speed that up. Every time they click, maybe decrement a second. All right. By the way, if you're watching still and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please make sure that you just hit the thumbs up button or share the stream somewhere. It helps a lot and gets stuff out there and gets more people in watching YouTube videos and gives me an idea of what kind of stuff to keep working on. All right, so the reset game method is going to begin by just starting a coroutine. And I'll say reset game after delay, and then we'll generate the method for that. Do generate a method and give it the IEnumerator return type. We'll start by yielding and returning a new wait for seconds. And I don't know how long it's going to be, so I'll just say when delay. And we'll make that a serialized field. So I'll generate a field for it. I think I said 15 seconds, but I'm going to be able to adjust it. So I'll set it to 10 to start, so it's not too long. All right, so we're going to wait for 10 seconds. And then when that's done, we'll say that we will set our game state to starting. Relatively simple. I did say I want to be able to speed it up, but we'll add that in a moment. Once we're done with that, what else do we have? So we go into playing. When do we get into finished mode? We'll get into finished mode when we've gotten past that win condition. So let's go take a look at the win condition and see if we can fire something off and maybe get into our game state manager somehow, or if there's maybe some other event that we can listen to on the win. So we've got that win object over here. Let's see, I can find it. I've got a nearby trigger. It's got a win block with a nearby trigger. Okay, and a win action. Win action just plays an audio. Let me find win action. I wonder if I can just extend out win action a little bit. So where's the script? Is it this one right there? There we go. It's got the custom icon on it. So win action, objective action, if trigger. If it's a pickup, then the result is some text. Touch, it's that. Timer, it's that. Input, it's that. A counter, it's that. Okay. So we're using a nearby. And then what else does it do? It has a reset. Oh, okay. So just interesting. How do we collect this thing? It must be in the base class, objective action. So we've got activate, which plays the audio, and then turns the script off. So I'm guessing activate is where it's called from. You know what? I wonder if I just add a Unity event right here. Let's try this. I'm wondering if I can just simplify a lot of this development by adding in a serialized field of a Unity event on activated. And add the reference here. Do a build real quick. And then just have this maybe in our... Oh, maybe this should go up one level into objective. What's in action? Action has an activate as well, huh? I'm going to leave it on objective action temporarily, but I might move it up to action instead. This on activated and have it be in the base class. So when it gets activated... Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's do it because it does call into the base class. So let's do that. We'll go up one level, and we'll just say, hey, onActivated. Oh, let's add the field for it right here, and then we'll call it onActivated. So just invoke it. Say onActivated.invoke. There we go. Now I've got a Unity event that I can register for on all of these and simplify a lot. This is going to make things go a lot quicker. That's a good idea of renaming that field, the game state one, to current game state. I'll make that change too. Let's jump over to our win block. There we go. Do I have a Unity event for it? Oh, you know what? It's got custom inspectors. Oh, I forgot about that. That's going to make it a little bit difficult. I can't just access those actions and add them right on. I wonder if I go into debug mode. Yeah, then it's down levels in the in here. It's going to be down on here. We'd have the onActivated, and then I could add in some persistent calls. So I don't like where I have to add this in, but I think it'll still work. So I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to add in the call onActivated. Here it's in debug mode because I don't want to, well, do I want to customize the inspector for these? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it in a minute. First, let's just add the call and see if it works. So onActivated of the win condition, I'm just going to tell it to tell my game. Maybe I just want to make an event for this. I really don't like having this Unity event down in here. I'm going to change it. Yep, let's go in. Let's go back to the code. Edit script. And instead of firing off a Unity event in here, I'm going to just fire off a static event. Just like they're doing with some of the other code in there where they fire off a static event that tells the thing that got passed around, or the thing that got fired off, or the thing that got activated. Get my words out. So I'll just do the same. I'll just have an any activated. So I'll make a public static event action of type, what is this, action? Ooh, this is why I don't like the double naming there. Let's make this a system.action of type action. And this is called on any action activated. There we go. Then we'll invoke this and pass in our object here. So let's take a quick look at this. For anybody that hasn't done this before, we've got a public static event on our action class, on any action activated. Since it's static, we don't need a reference to it. We'll be able to just register for this. The activate method is just going to fire off and pass in whatever object gets activated whenever one gets activated. So we can statically register for this without knowing about the instances, and then get a message every time one of them is updated with the instance that got updated. So we'll go back into the game state manager, and here I'm just going to, in our, let's add an awake. In our awake method, we'll just say in our action dot on, let's see, this can't be action. I got to go find this full namespace. Let's copy it and then go back in here because I'm probably using system there. Yeah. So in our that class dot action dot on any, let's see, on, where's my event? On any action activated. Okay, so public static event on our action. Let's see. Plus equals, and then handle action activated. Generate a method for that. And here I'm just going to check to see if it's a win action. So say if action is win action, then we'll just switch ourselves over, lowercase action. So if the instance of it is a win action, then we're just going to switch over to playing mode. So just keeping it simple again, says game state to playing. All right, less complication there. Again, not my favorite way to set things up. Generally want to build out a bigger, more complex state machine, but I don't want to do that in a quick little stream for a game jam game that we're just going to throw away. So this is a nice, easy way to build out a simple game state machine that'll just handle what we need to do without overcomplicating much. Here's a quick view of all of the code. We've got a total of 81 lines and a lot of extra stuff in here. Ooh, I don't like this. I'm going to get rid of that. And, oh, no, never mind. I see why it did that. It did that because because it's also a parameter. They're the action type. I really don't like that name action there. I really don't like the idea of name spacing to duplicate very common class names that are going to be in everything. Like you're going to see action in just about everything. So it's definitely one of the things I like the least here. All right, let's jump into Unity and see if my state machine actually works. I should now be able to go through, get into a waiting state, a running state, and then a finished game state, and then have it kick over. Oh wait, did I do the, let's see. It's time for a race to Lloyd's birthday party. Press the button to jump, get potions to run faster. Oh, you know what I did? I think I'm switching the game state, but I don't think that I've ever enabled the characters. So let's hit play or pause and go to my game state manager and let's check it out in debug mode. So go over to debug view here, and yeah, I'm in playing mode, but I never set up the on playing events. So let's stop playing here. Go select that manager one more time. I'll hit plus twice. We're gonna go drag Lloyd and Zane into here. And there are a lot of ways that we could simplify this so I don't have to drag both of these guys in here. It'd just be more code and a little bit of stuff that be pretty opinionated on how we could do it. There's lots of different ways you could do it though. You don't necessarily need to drag each one of these guys in and then reset them up. You could have just a global variable somewhere, some setting somewhere, or some other code that you're just firing off that finds all these guys and flips them on and off or whatever. But doing it in here makes it pretty easy because then I could add in some other delays or do other weird stuff if I wanted. I don't know what that weird stuff is, but I could do it. All right, and then on finished, I want to reset these guys. I want to reset them back to their starting position. So I'm just going to add a resettable script. Let's go to my scripts folder. Right click, create a C# script. Let's call this resetable. And then I'm just going to allow it to take the starting position of the thing and the starting rotation, and then just kind of reset the object back to that position and rotation. So here I'm going to say, let's see, on enable. And on enable, we'll cache the starting position. So here's starting position. Let's zoom this way in. That's way too small. Equals, and here we'll get our transform.position and just cache that off as a field. Do the same for our rotation. So starting rotation equals transform.rotation. I don't think we're going to rotate these characters at all, but just good to have anyway. And then we'll do one for our character controllers. Oh, do we need to do anything for the character controller speed? I keep getting scam calls on my phone. It's sitting here vibrating with a scammer wanting to call me. All right, so let's see. On enable is there. Let's see. I want a reset now. So public void reset. Now, if I do this, there's an issue. The reset method is actually a reset method built into the mono behavior. It gets called automatically. So let's say reset transform instead. I want to just do something that's a little bit more clear. Or let's say resettable character. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to call this reset character. Oh, wow, that is a lot of wind out there. All right, and when we reset the character, we'll just say transform.set rotation and position. We'll set the position part to our starting position and the rotation to our rotation. I might have said those backwards, but you've got the idea. So we've got our reset and our on enable to just cache those two. Let's see. Oh, I also want to reset the other script on there, the increase player speed on pickup. This thing needs to reset itself as well. So maybe I'll add an interface here to reset the character's position stuff. And man, just non-stop calls. I don't know what's going on. And reset the, yeah, do the character and the pickup speed. So let's do that. Let's add an interface here. Let's just extract an interface. I'll hit Alt Enter or hit Control Shift R. And we'll hit extract interface, and then I'll choose the reset character. All right, and now I don't like the name character, so I'll just pull that out though. And let's say restartable. Let's call it restartable. Restartable. Can I get this right? Restartable. And then I'm going to rename this to restart. Let's go into the interface here. I'll rename the method here to restart. I like that more because this is really what it's for. It's for restarting the game. And then when we restart the thing, we'll just call that restart method. So restartable transform. That's what this is. It's going to restart the transform. And then we're going to have the other part be restartable on our, what was that script called? The increase player speed on pickup. Let's move the interface to its own file. So Alt-Enter, just move to iRestartable. Now we got this nice little interface class. And we'll go over to the increase player speed on pickup, hit comma, and paste iRestartable, Alt-Enter, implement the method. And then in here, all we have to do is reset that one move speed multiplier. So we'll take the one button minifig controller move speed multiplier equals 1. Or no. Was it 1 or 0? What's the default? Let's find the default value. Yes, so it is a default of 1. So we'll just leave it at the default of 1. Okay, cool. So that looks good. Now we just need to call this restart method on all of our iRestartable stuff when our game state manager restarts. So when we go into the start method, we'll just call that on everything. So we'll find all of the iRestartables. So let's just add in another call here after on start invoke. We'll say restart all startables or restartables, or let's say restart all. I think that works. I'm going to move that up before the on start invoke. Generate a method for restart all. And here I'm just going to find all of the things that implement iRestartable to begin. I'll say var restartable equals find objects of type. I need an S there to make that plural and get all of them. And we'll give it the iRestartable. That's going to give us everything that implements that interface. What am I missing here? Oh no, that's not gonna work because I need to get components. What I was thinking of adding this as a base class. That's not gonna work because I need to do this as an interface. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna find all of the. Actually, you know what? I'll probably let's just have a list of restartable things. I don't need to find them, and I really probably don't need to just be searching for them. Let's just make a serialized list up here. List of iRestartable objects. Do I want to make an actual? I think I might want to just make a class for this. I'm trying to think. Let's say restartable. Or, sorry, just thinking out loud and thinking while I'm writing code. So we've got our list of restartable stuff, and we'll just loop through this list of restartable stuff. But that's not going to serialize, right? First, I just want to make my loop. Let's do for each var, undo, paste, restartables, and we'll say restartable. There we go. I love how it just auto-completes in Writer. And then here we're just going to say restartable.restarter. So this is the goal. Loop through all of our restartables, call restart, which is going to reset the position. It's going to reset the speed modifier, kind of reset our game. And we want to do that on everything that's serialized. But you can see here, we're not able to actually serialize this because it's not a, it's an interface here. Let's go take a look. So go look at our game state manager. And if you look at the restartable, doesn't show up here. Actually, wait, do we have a compiler error too? Let's do a build. I'm thirsty, I need to open up my drink. Okay, I think it just had not saved. Something wasn't saved off there, and building forces it to save. All right, so we go find our game state manager, and you see that we don't have access to the restartable stuff. So what we need to do instead is, I think I'm gonna be lazy here and just make a list of game objects, and then in those game objects, I'm gonna get all of the restartable components. So when we call restartable, I'll go through all of the restartable game objects. In fact, let's rename this restartable game objects. And then we'll find all of the restartables on that object. So let's call this restartable game object. Say var restartable components equals get components and children, iRestartable, and then we'll loop through all of those children that are restartable. And then restart those children. Now it's not going to be, whoops, what did I miss here? I missed an S. So I was missing the S there. I was only getting a single component. Here, I'll undo it real quick. You can see, switches back. It's a single restartable. Control Y. There we go. Got the S. Happens all the time when I'm typing these get component calls and miss an S there and then try to figure out what happened, what's broken. And that's usually the first place to look. So here we're getting all of the objects that we've marked as restartable, which is just going to be our characters. And I guess the Is it just our characters? Yeah, it's probably just going to be our players. I mean, really, we could probably just find all of our players and call the restartables on them, or we could cache these some other way. But again, I don't want to make this too complicated for what we need. All right, we'll jump back in. We'll go mark our restartables that should now show up as a list of game objects that we can assign. Once I click on the game state manager, there we go. Restartable game objects right here. Let me move my big old face out of the way so you can see it. We've got restartable game objects. I'm going to hit plus and add in 2. We'll take Zane and Lloyd, and then we're going to actually jump in and hit play again. All right, so save. Let's play. And I think we might have a full working... I lied. I thought we had a full working game loop. All right, so you ran through. Somehow I won in advance. I'm not sure how I pre-won. What happened there? There's a script error here in the bubble update. Not sure what that was. Oh, did it not find the main camera? Main camera is no longer tagged. So it's looking for the main camera and it was throwing an error there. Let's hit play again and see if we have any other problems. Okay, so it's still starting my character though. So Lloyd should be not running by default. Let's see if we go into the game state manager. He should be turned off, and then we shouldn't be switching to playing state. Let's hit pause, play, and I'm going to step through this in debug mode and see what's going on with the state of this thing. So we'll go to debug mode, and we can see, oh, I'm already in playing mode. Why am I in playing state? So what's switching us to state playing? Let's just do a shift F12, and it's right here. Oh, if they pressed fire 1, is that the only thing that pushes them into playing? Oh no, there's this call too. Oh, on it active. I bet what's happening is activated is not the right call. I bet activated means it got turned on and not it got picked up or used or something. So let's stop playing, hit play again, and I'm going to see what the breakpoint is, or what's at the breakpoint on this activated. So an action was activated, a pickup action. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. So in start calls in, and start calls if no triggers are targeting this action and activate itself. Okay, so that should be fine on that. Handle action. So we've got another pickup action, another pickup action, another pickup action. Let me see the win action. So here we go. We're getting to this win action, and this win action was called, let's see, I'm going to go up the list. So it has no targeting triggers on the win action, huh? Interesting. I wonder if I have multiple win bricks is the problem. I bet that's the issue. Let me search. Win action. Nope, I only have the one. And it has the connected trigger. I'm not sure I understand. Let's see. I'm going to rename these real quick. So this is win. This is the nearby trigger part. This win action shouldn't be auto-activating. It wasn't auto-activating a minute ago, so I'm not sure why it is now. That's what's confusing me. Let's see. Let's go into brick moving mode and try moving these suckers around. So here we go. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? Why is it rotated all strange? What's this? Brick building. Yeah, why is this brick rotated strange? Maybe that's the problem. I wonder if that was the issue, is just that they weren't actually connected. Somehow that thing got rotated. Let's save and play. That's the strange kind of thing that happens when you're building out you're building out things with other systems, visual scripting and other stuff. That was weird. The bricks were laid sideways. All right, so now I should be able to press the button to get started. And I pressed the button. Oh, and I hit a breakpoint. I was like, and everything broke, but no. Okay, we went into playing state. So let's unattach, run through, pick up some prizes, win, get to the end. And then after a certain amount of time at the end, was it 10 seconds? The game should just restart. Has it been 10 seconds? Seems like it's been a little while, right? Okay, I've been falling for a long time there. Why am I not restarting? Let's see. Let's go find that game state manager. We'll go back into debug mode one more time. Debug. We got that win. Oh, you know what? No, we started the coroutine. Oh, we're in playing mode still. Why are we in playing mode still? That's not right either. Okay, stop playing. We'll jump back in. We're going to attach. And I'm going to put a breakpoint in again where we were doing this action here. And make sure that we actually get the action activated when we run past the endpoint. You know what's probably going to happen is, oh, let's find out. Let's hit play and see. By the way, if you're still watching, please hit the thumbs up button or subscribe and all that stuff, or just share the stream. It's kind of low on views, so it does help a lot. If you don't mind doing that, I appreciate it. Okay, if we go to the win action, I'm an idiot and I'm putting us in playing. We need to go back to start. That would make sense. All right, so we'll save one more time. We should be able to run through a full gameplay loop. I think I want to also just on end stop the characters as well. So when we get to the end point, when we get to the win or we go to finished mode, we'll just stop all of the characters. So we'll just do the same thing that I'm doing here. Let's go take Lloyd and Zane one more time and just drag them out. I'm just going to disable their, got the wrong script there. One button minifig controller. There we go. And we'll disable the one button minifig controller again here. Where is it? One button minifig. Oh, I'm on it. I'm like looking right past it. And then here we've got it on this one button minifig controller enabled, back to off. All right, so save, play. I should now, I think, actually I want to turn down that win delay. Let's do that. Where's my win delay? It's at 10. I'm going to set this to like 3 seconds. Let play. It's time for a race. There we go. We start racing. And I think Zane's going to win. And he won, yeah. And 3 seconds later, we're still not in the right mode. What is going on here? Let's go to debug. We're in start mode. So we are in start, but we didn't restart. Why didn't we restart our characters? That's curious, huh? So let's see. Let's check that out. Let's debug that. So we've got our Resetable Script with the restart component that should be getting called right in here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's why. Ha! It didn't use the reference. When you see dark gray stuff like that, let's redo so you can see it. I was calling get components on the game state manager instead of on the restartable game object. So we weren't finding the restartable components. Let's try that again. Got to look for that dark text. Whenever you see text that looks just a little bit weird, or if you're not using an editor that color codes, start using it so you can easily notice that kind of stuff. Not have it sit there for hours trying to figure out what's going on. All right, we jump. I made it to the end. And let's see what the next issue is. Game state manager. Go back in. I assume we're in start mode still, but we still didn't call our restart. So let's go find Zane. Oh, I didn't add the components to him. Gotta go find my 2 characters. In fact, let's make a I'm gonna make a new empty game object and make this a folder for characters. I'm going to move it up to the top. I'm going to move both of these up to the top. I'm tired of searching for these guys. So, guys, Lloyd and Zane. I want to reset the transform on this thing first. Let's go out of debug mode. Okay, good. It's already reset. Take Lloyd and Zane, drag them in as characters here. Then underneath here, I've got the restart? Resettable. No, restart. Where's my script? Oh, it's resettable character. I cannot get my words right. Can't add it because the script class can't be found. What? Oh, did I rename it? Yeah, that's the problem. It's restartable transform, and I've got it named resettable character. Let's rename it to restartable transform. Go select Lloyd and Zane, and we'll drag that on. There we go. So that should restart them. And then the increased player speed part already has its restart built into it. All right, run. You know what, though? As I think about it, why am I restarting it at all? That's stupid. I can just reload the level. I'm going to do that. There's absolutely no reason to manage and maintain the state of all that stuff when this game is it's gonna be played in like 60-second increments. It should just reload the level. Yeah, I think it just reloading the level is gonna make a lot more sense. So I'm gonna switch it up. Let's go find our game state manager, and instead of calling this restartable code, that's I think a little bit more than we need. I'll leave it here, but instead what I'm going to do is on finished. When we finish, let's see. We'll invoke, we'll kick off a delay, we'll call reset game, and then after the reset game, we're going to just say scene manager dot load scene, and we'll just load in this scene or scene 0, whatever our starting scene. And that way, if we want to put in like a little cutscene or something in between, we could just make that a separate little scene if we want. But I think that makes more sense than dealing with the state. There's absolutely no reason to save and manage and maintain all of the state of that stuff. I was thinking we're gonna have to reset the potions and everything else. We don't really need to. It's just not a benefit there. We're not gaining anything out of it. We have more benefit just making things flashier and more fun than dealing with that. So, okay, we get to the end, and then we should get a little delay. Why didn't it reload my level? Oh, I know why. No, actually, I don't know. Let's go add our scene to the build, though. So go to build settings. We've got Lego tutorial. That's not what I'm going to remove all of those scenes. We're going to add our open scene. Going to remove this Lego Ninjago Woo one and save, and then go to File, Save Project. I want to just disable the restartable stuff completely. So I'm going to go to my characters or my manager here, and I'm just going to go delete the 2 restartable game objects. If I decide I want to use them for something, maybe I will, but I'm leaning heavily towards just deleting them because I think it's convoluting the code. All right, let's see. We'll run, we'll play. And we run through, get to the end. We freeze for a little while. Here we'll probably play like a congratulations or something, some bubble. But then I expect my scene manager to just kick off and load. What's going on here? Unmaximize. And I'm going to go into debug mode real quick. Let's add a breakpoint. And the win delay is not that long. It shouldn't be taking that long. Let's play one more time. 3 seconds. Yeah, it should be almost instantly finishing up. So let's see. What's in front of my face is just the microphone. I was trying to fix the audio. Oh, I guess I could probably lower it down. I'm trying to fix the audio a bit. It's kind of really bad yesterday, and I didn't like it, so I was trying to make it better, but getting it in the right position was a little hard. All right, let's see. All right, we made it through. And no breakpoint. Why are we not hitting the breakpoint? What state are we in? Debug mode, we're in start state. Okay, why are we in start state already? Here, let's do a little trick that I'm sure a lot of people know about, but some people probably haven't seen before. A really easy way to just track down what's going on without attaching too much is right after I set the game state, or right before I set the game state, I'm just going to do a debug log. Say debug debug.log, and I'm going to say $ switching state from, and then we'll use our current game state. And I think somebody recommended renaming that. I'm going to do that now. From that game state to our new game state. So let's rename these to new game state. And I'm going to rename this one to current game state. There you go. Make it a little bit more explicit. So now we'll just get a log entry when we switch states. I want to see what's happening there, why it's switching back so quick. Oh, where I check the win action, I change to start. That makes sense. It should be changing to end. I think I even called myself out for being stupid there and calling the wrong thing, and then I put the wrong answer there, huh? So we switch here. If we go to the console, yeah, we went from start to playing and from playing to start. And that was right here. And the nice thing about having the log is that now I can see the actual stack, or this exactly where it was. And you can see that it was, yeah, in handle action activated. Exactly where you said. This should be going to finished. There we go. Let's save. Now I've got a real game state. Finally. Goodness, a single little typo, huh? And somebody asked how much experience I have in Unity. I don't know. It's been a long time. I started with Unity in like the 3 point something days, the early 3-ish days of Unity. So however long that is. There we go. Switching state, finished, and then the game reloaded. Our lighting settings got all jacked up because we're in the editor and we haven't saved that off. But outside of that, it seems like it's working. Nice. All right, so we've got a quick, simple little, I guess it actually got kind of a flow here. I don't want to stop the game right away, though. I want the characters to kind of like land there and cheer or something. I want them to do something. And I don't know, maybe I want Master Wu to say something too. Like, congratulations, you made it to the party, and make it look like a little party there or something. I think I'm going to add a speech bubble, do a little bit of level design stuff, and then think for a little while. Because probably another half hour, 40 minutes or so of development to do. And I want to slow down just a little bit and maybe interact with people a little bit too. So let's see, we've got behavior bricks. We've got some, where was the chat bubble? Speak, there we go. Got some speak text. Let's just add that on here. So with the condition, get out of debug mode, into normal mode, and then we'll say, you made it to the party. And then, let's see, let's make it actually look like a party. Let's go find the characters here. I want to make this area much, much bigger. I think I'm just going to scale this up. So it's at 5. Let's make it 10 by 10. Make it just a bigger area so I've got more to race. And then I can put some stuff in the background and things and have it be a little bit more, I guess, interesting. I don't know how much more interesting because I'm a terrible level designer, but maybe a little bit more interesting at least. So get Master Wu over here. Let's go find some other ninjas here. We've got, oh, maybe I'll use the minifigure dudes. I think of who I want to use here. I don't know who half of the characters are. Actually, I don't know who most of the characters are. Watched some Ninjago, but I'm not definitely not all up to date. All right, so maybe we'll just add some bad guys. I'll have bad guys there for the party, hanging out, chilling. I'll add some droids. Who else we got here? This dude. Let's see. Let's find some actual Lego bricks too. What do we got for buildings? We got a temple. I guess we'll just add the temple there. Let's see. Is that up above the ground or did that actually snap down? Perfect. Okay, and then what else we got for buildings? There's a sea temple, some ninja bots, some obstacles, props, vehicles. Okay, let's see what we got for props. Lamp posts. I might use lampposts along the way of the run or something as kind of like markers, like part way along. Let me see, where's the view here? Again, terrible level editor myself, but maybe one day we'll get somebody who's good at level design to come help me. All right, we got one light post. Let's duplicate it. Move this one over here. Duplicate it, and duplicate it. Whoops. What did I do there? Ah! Oh no. I almost lost all of them. All right, we got our light post. We'll duplicate that one too. All right, got some light posts here. Got a target to run to. I think I want to add a little bit more back there though, because while I added a tiny bit there, it's still pretty lame. Add in a training gong, maybe a snake statue. All of the important things that you need to know. Where's that training gong? I feel like I need like some terrain drawing and stuff. All right, a save, and let's try it out. I can run to the end. Oh, what was that? Oh no. Okay, so this is triggering off of one of these characters. They're marked as players. Got it. So let's go select them and make sure that we untag them as players. Let's go find all of the stuff here. Got the gong, the buildings, the characters. So I got the Izor, the Nindroid, this guy, these three. They're all marked as players. I'm just going to mark them as untagged because they're just supposed to be, oh, and Sensei Wu. Make him untagged as well. They're just supposed to be little dudes that are hanging out as props or something, hanging out to do cool stuff. And I don't even want them to really have scripts on them. As I think about it, I probably could just remove all of those scripts, remove the animator stuff, and just have them playing like a cheering animation. Let's see. Before I play, no, let's hit play first. I was thinking I might want to add in a little bit of a delay there to say like who's gonna win, or who won or whatever. Sorry, reading chat there too. So run. I made it to the party. Cool. That was a really, really short run though. So let's add some obstacles real quick. Try building that up. And actually I want to see what Jason was saying here. With level design, when in doubt, turn all the lights off and have a few dramatic spotlights. Might not work with Legos though. Might work really well. That is true. It could definitely work. Just turning off, just making it nice and dark. What do we have in here for light? We've just got this one directional light, right? And then these, I don't think these actually have lights on them. Light posts. Yeah. It should just be this. So just turning is in, just making it dark, go into our lighting, turn it all off, get rid of the ambient lighting, and then add in some spotlights or something. That actually could be kind of cool. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll try that. Let's see. Let's go into window, rendering, lighting. I want to do. Actually, you know what? I need to look at how this is set up real quick first. Let's go look at these and see if they're. Make sure the stuff's using standard shaders and all that. I assume it is, but you never know what's going on. Let me see where's the renderers for these? What do I want to do? All right, let's create some. Let's just create some lights on these. I'm gonna try creating lights on these light posts real quick. So I'll go into the prefab. I'm gonna right click. Let's create a spotlight. I'll move it up here, aim it down. Whoops, wrong rotation. Let's see if I can find the right one. Aim it that way. Ooh, okay. Here. Let's try this. 90, 90, 0. Move it over here so that it's actually coming from the light and down, and then widen out that angle a bit. I don't know if I want this to run with a bunch of real-time lights, but maybe I do. I don't know. Let's see. Got a light there. I'm gonna probably make this somewhat less white, a little bit yellowish, and we'll go back and save our change to that post. Right now I got some lights. Ooh, I kind of want to move that out a little bit more. Maybe aim it down some, or aim it out more too. So let's see, let's go to that light again. Let's see, where's the position here? Move that out. I kind of want to aim that down just a little bit that way. All right. Oh yeah, Jason's making a good point of adding in post-processing and everything else too. So let's go do that. Let's go make it a little bit pretty before we add in a bunch of level design and other stuff. So we'll go to the new post-processing stack stuff under our package manager. And that's not going to be in assets. It's going to be in the Unity registry. Install the post-processing. All right. It's installing. And there we go. Let's set up a post-processing volume. So let's see, collapse. Collapse all this stuff down here. I got a lot of stuff in this scene hierarchy. It's getting to be a bit of a mess. Let's see. Let's go create the post-processing volume. That's going to be under the project settings. I need to make the settings for it and the volume. So let's see. Right-click, game object. Is there a post-processing? I can't remember if they added it as an option in here. Don't see it. Maybe it's under this game object menu. Effects. No. Okay, we'll just add it here. Post processing volume. And here we have to create a profile. I don't think it comes with one by default. Nope. So just make a new post processing profile and then add some effects to that profile. So go to Unity, and then we can start with a simple vignette, give it a little bit of corners. So just go to classic mode, center intensity, turn that up. Let's see, where's why am I not seeing it here? Oh, it's global. Turn that on. And what am I'm missing something here. What did I miss? It's not making it not show up. My post-processing effect, post-processing volume. Let's tag this. Oh yes, the layers have to match. So global, and then in the on the yeah, so we've got the volume here. We've got the weight set, the settings there. Oh wait, is this not on the? That's on the profile. What? I know I missed something here. Oh, on the camera. It's totally. So where? Let's see. That's the. It's been a little while since I turned this back on. There we go. Okay, main camera needs post-processing layer and the layer to look for. What I know I missed something very obvious here. What? Something very simple, and I'm totally spacing on what it is. I've been doing this too long. It's a new script. Yeah, the post-processing layer that goes onto the camera, right? Am I wrong, or is that going onto a different object? So I've got that on my camera. Oh yeah, that would be cool if you want to hop onto a call, Jason, join in. Yeah, let's oh man, I wish I had an easy way to just pop you onto here right now. Let's do that tomorrow though. Let's just jump on if you're free tomorrow, because I think I'm gonna wrap things up in just a second anyway. We do some design stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on here with my post processing layer not showing on the camera. What I know I've missed something again. I'm not sure what I missed. So it was set up as a global post process. Let's add another effect just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah. Oh no, it is working. Okay. Why is the vignette not working then? So the grain's working here. Oh, sorry everybody. I'm just being stupid and my intensity value was so low that you couldn't see it. I didn't realize I hadn't turned it up high enough. So it was working right there the whole time. Gotta love it. Happens a lot though. Getting a little bit overworked. So okay, I don't want the grain mode here at all. Let's turn grain. Wait, that's weird. Why did I hit on and it turned off? Oh, this is very strange. They're like opposite. Okay, let's remove grain completely. Yeah, I think that okay. Now that we've got that working, let's add in a couple other effects. So we'll add in some color grading, and just go to let's see. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have the volumes on the default layer. I'll deal with that stuff in a minute. I just wanted to make sure it was actually working. Let's see what other effects we need to add. So I don't know what I want to do here. Add maybe a little bit of ambient occlusion. I mean, the lighting's just not going to be good no matter what. I'm terrible at setting up lighting. And then maybe I'll add in a little bit of what was the other one I was thinking here? We're just gonna do a little bloom. Not sure though. Yeah, I guess we'll do a little bloom. Intensity. I'm not sure what the values are supposed to be on bloom settings though. Very rare. I play with post-processing effects like basically once or twice per project. Very, very rare. All right, looking nice and slightly darkened. I'm gonna get some actual power to this light here now. We got these stupid light posts with tiny little lights on them. Let's see if I can crank them. Oh, where's that intensity? And turn up that angle a bit. I want to put something on the other side here too. Kind of hide. Or maybe I want to put more racers there. I'm going to put a third racer. I don't know. I struggle to decide what to put into my designs. Let's update this prefab though and light up the rest of those ones. That didn't work at all. That's weird. What happened there? Prefab apply. That was really strange. Why did it only apply to the one instance and not all of the other ones? All right, so let's go into the color grading settings again. There's a little bit of chat about the color grading, and see if maybe somebody's got some good ideas for what the values should actually be. Because I'm terrible at this. Right? Like, there's some things I can do. There's some things that I cannot. And making things look pretty, very, very near the bottom of my list of skills. So we turn this up a little bit, turn up the exposure. I don't know. Zigzag the lights like street lamps. Okay. See that? Well, let me see what other props we got here real quick. I'll go look at some models we've got. I think we have a couple things for buildings and there's some plants and other stuff. Are there road pieces or like track pieces? I wonder if there's something like that I can use. Oh, we've got towers and fences. Oh, let's drop out a fence. I'm curious what these will look like out here. Oh, not what I wanted. Let's click on that. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Just gonna move that right here. I put up some fences. Trying to figure out how I want to build out my level. Set the color space to linear. Oh, temperature shift slightly left. Turns warmer, looks more inviting. Let's do that. So let's go to our settings and adjust the color settings first. So we'll go to project settings and then under graphics. No, it's under, I was going to mix up graphics and quality, the two different spots. So if it's not in here, then we go into quality. There we go. Or into, things move around a little bit. I always lose them. Player. There we go. Other settings and linear. Change to linear. There we go. So it's under player. I get mixed up all the time. Not under graphics or quality. It's under player and then other settings, rendering. Let's see where we're vibrating over here. Oh, there's lots of messages. All right, we're switched over to linear. And then Jason's recommendation was, let's see, shift the temperature, shift slightly to the left, and it looks more warmer and inviting. So let's go play with that a little bit more. We'll go back over to our collapse. I need to hide these children. Where's that option? Show bricks in hierarchy. Let's hide that. It's making it a lot harder to navigate this thing. So our post-processing volume, and then saying just shifting things over to the left. Which one was he talking about shifting? The temperature. Go to a nice solid blue or a nice scary red. Let's. Yeah, I feel like I need an artist. I always have to have an artist come look at my stuff to get things looking nice and pretty because I'm terrible at making things look nice and pretty. I'll just go with that for now. I've got some characters, and what I'm gonna do is literally talk to an artist and have an artist come in and make things pretty for me. Because I could focus all day on making things look uglier, but I think I'd rather just get code working and get things kind of playable, get the parts that I'm good at done, and then let my friends who are really good at making things pretty make things pretty. Okay, so Jason's saying dragging temperature to the right, making it more warm. Yeah, I tend to agree that definitely looks a little bit better than the left option. All right, so we run, and we made it to the party. All right, let's fix those lights. What the hell is going on with these lights? Is it just my light settings and only one light's showing up, or is the prefab just messed up? Or is it something weird with these Lego block towers causing them to act strange? So this cube, where's this tower? Light post, light post. Oh, this one's not a prefab. Oh, that is strange. Okay. That's weird. Why are they not all prefabs? I duplicated a prefab. Let's find the one that's lit up. So it's just this first light post that's lit up. That one right there. I'm going to delete the other ones, and I'm just going to replace that placed prefab. So let's go find it. We'll go select the why is it not finding this? All right. I'll drop out a couple more of these. I'm going to see if these ones have lights. Nope. Weird. What is going on with these things? Let's go to Lego tools. I'm going to show the bricks in hierarchy. It has a spotlight there. The spotlight's on. Oh, no shadows. That's an issue. I wonder if I'm missing a or if I've got a lighting setting on here that's limiting the number of lights, and I'm just getting cut down to one. Because these are set to real-time lights. Let's make them baked on the prefab. Was it this one? Object selection's a nightmare. All right, so go find this. Go find the spotlight. I'm gonna just bake in the lights. Let's see, where's baked instead. We'll apply the prefab change. Oh, I can't apply it. Let's go select the object. Overrides. Apply all. Yeah, it's just not. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this spotlight out. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna delete it from the prefab. I'm not gonna deal with this trying to add a light onto a Lego brick that doesn't want a light on it, and instead I'll just put in some lights that are not children of the bricks, because if they're going to be a pain in the ass to add to, then there's really no reason to do it that way. So let's go find those other light posts. Let's find a light post. Got 1, 2, 3 posts here. I'm going to delete those other two. Find this one again. I'll just duplicate it. I'll make a couple more of them. Duplicate, move. Duplicate, move. Duplicate, move. You know, I want to put some on the other side of the road too. There we go. I can line them all up and stuff later if I want. All right, we've got those set up. Let's create some lights now. I've got the one light. Let's go find that light, and then I'll just duplicate it and make a bunch more lights. So let's find our light. We've got a directional light. Where's the point light? Did I delete my point light? Okay, let's make some folders here because this is getting to be a mess. All right, we're gonna create some empty game objects. I'm gonna call this lights. Reset the transform on that. Oh, it's already nicely reset. So it's just for the word light. And take my posts. Oh, why are the posts all... That's scary. Why do I only see 2 light post objects? Oh, because they're all children of this one light post. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I'll have one giant light post. I'll move this underneath lights. All right, and I'll move that other light post there too as well, whatever one that is. All right, let's take the fruits. We'll make a fruit folder. So game object, create empty, call this pickups. And I'm going to take all of the fruit that can be picked up and drop it into here. I don't need these names on there for Zane, but maybe I'll just select them all. Just name them all fruit. They're no longer special named fruits that have any special thing on them. Let's call another folder win characters. Let's call it win area. And I'm just going to put all of the stuff that's in the winning area into this folder. So this would be my training gongs, my statues, the sensei characters and all that stuff, but not the win block. I don't want to hide my interactable blocks. Oh, let's get that there as a child under win area. All right, now we've got camera stuff. Let's make a camera folder. So go to create empty, call this cameras, cameras. There we go. Make sure that transform's zeroed out. It's an important one to make sure it's cleared out. Get my V cams. I'm just going to drop them under there. I'm going to drop my camera underneath there. And I'll probably just drop in the post-processing volume as well. Take my 2 fruits that I found, drop those into pickups, and drop, what's this rock piece? That's the terrain. Let's call that part of the environment. What do I want to do for that? Let's actually take this and put this underneath the lights, and I'm going to rename this to environment. That's going to be kind of the environment stuff. It's got the objects, not the actual lights. I'll take that fence and drop it in there as well. And then I've got one obstacle here. I should probably make a subfolder for obstacles, but let's wait until I have more than one obstacle. Okay, that looks a lot better, a lot easier for me to manage. Now I'm going to create my point light. So I go to game object and go to light and point light. Or no, I want a spotlight, not a point light. I'm going to create a spotlight that comes right out of this lamp post, kind of aimed down, I guess, that away. Something like that. Let's go take a look at it. Oh, I moved it down too low. Let's move it up here and rotate it down a bit. Open up that angle. There we go. And then increase, or that was the range. Open up the angle a bit. Increase the range. There we go. I think that is probably good for my light. Let's go take a look at it there. Okay. That's closer to what I was thinking. I need to get it darker in this whole scene though. Why is it so bright? Oh yeah, I need to bake the lighting. That's why. So let's do that real quick. Let's go to window and go to rendering and go to lighting, and then we'll hit generate lighting. Let this bake real quick. Actually, why don't we have light settings by default? Actually, I'm going to leave auto gen on too. And I should use the GPU mapper because why not? It's supposed to be nice and fast. Oh, is it going faster? Okay, let's switch back to the CPU one. That took longer already. Just switching it took longer. All right. Let's see. Let's save our scene again. There's a directional light, and directional light's all the way off. I do want to have a little tiny bit of light here. I'm thinking like maybe a dark purple, but I was thinking a really low intensity, like a 0.2. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll just leave this light off. I'm not sure why it's not going solid black though. Let's see. Go to settings. What did I miss here? Rendering, lighting. Oh, everything's not set to static. Good point too. This is the downside when you're streaming. There we go. Let's just set it all static. Oh. It's very easy to just forget everything as soon as you start streaming. At least it happens to me. I start streaming and I forget what I'm doing, forget how to do everything, forget even some of the simplest stuff. But anyway, sometimes that happens even just when I'm working. I just take a break for a second, step away. Oh, turn on fog. Good idea too. Get all of that on. Let's let this bake is almost done. Adjust this window here. All right, let's see. Default fog setting on. Turn that way up, way down. I don't know what I want to do with the fog settings yet. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm trying to figure out why my light is still not dark. What did I miss? Oh, the lights. Where are the lights at? Spotlight. Oh, do I have a skybox set right now? I didn't even realize that. I did start my project as the default one, the what you call it, the Lego starter kit one. So wasn't paying much attention to how it set everything up. Actually, maybe I want to find like a nice skybox. Did they have any skyboxes? No, they have a Ninjago sky. Interesting. Environment lighting, we'll just set it to gradient. Oh yeah, this is probably the issue here. I had my lights set to be illuminated from the skybox. Wasn't thinking about that. All right, so there we go. Now we've got no light at all. Let's turn on a little bit of light. Baking. Having baked lights so slow. Even when it's relatively quick. All right, once this finishes up, I think let's switch this to real time real quick. What do I want to do? I'm trying to think of what I want to do last before we kind of wrap things up. So let's save my scene. Go into my game settings. My light is all jacked up probably from my post-processing now that I've got my lights off. And where did I move that into? The wrong folder, right? I think I moved that into cameras. That's right. Cameras, post-processing settings. How many projects and what size should I have in a portfolio before applying? I would say just one is enough. I mean, you don't need to have a whole ton of projects. Oh, okay. So not my post-processing at all. It's what's turning everything gray here? What did I miss again? Changing oh, it's the fog. So that happens. Going through changing too many things too quick without paying close enough attention. I'm sure that no, it's not just the fog. What else was it? It was the fog and oh, is it just this gradient sky is turning everything gray? It's a weird gray color for it too, but why is it turning it so gray like it's black and white? That's weird. Interesting. I just need more lights. Problem. The fact that I don't have any actual lights. Let's just play and run underneath the light. I don't think it's using URP, no. No, it's definitely. Okay, so the lighting is. Oh wait, that's actually not set to a real time light, is it? Let me go find that spotlight. Oh, it is set to real time, but it's not rendering on that dude either. Is he set to static? I don't know. I really don't feel like dealing with lighting and stuff right now. Like the last thing that I want to play with. Maybe I'll just wrap it here, and then I'll deal with this stuff later. I think I'm gonna have Jason hop in next time, and we'll. Oh, the Lego game has 5 skyboxes. Maybe I'll try some of those later. I think that next time I'll jump in with some artists or art help, and we'll make some things nice and pretty. So one thing that I really hate doing is making things look nice, because I struggle with it. Making things work and functional and writing the code to make it actually do what I want it to do, that's easy. Making it nice and pretty, that's the part where I need a designer or an artist or somebody else to come join in. So let's just run through it real quick. The gameplay loop, make sure everything's working. I'm going to get it all committed, and then we'll continue on making it pretty and everything tomorrow. So we run. Got some potions. We can get to the end. It's a very short run. And we can make it to the party at the end. And then they'll cheer or whatever. So still lots to do, lots to add in, and lots to make it flashier and cooler. And obviously fix up the visual so that it's nice and pretty. But I think that we can do that over the next couple sessions. So if you're still interested, you want to keep seeing how the rest of it's done, you want to see how it's made nice and pretty in the next part when I bring in somebody who's good at making things pretty, make sure that you're subscribed, you hit the thumbs up button, and just watch for the stream. And outside of that, I guess I just wanted to say thanks everybody for coming in and just joining and watching along. Let's go in. I'm going to go to collaborate and just add this to source control while we wrap things up, or while I get it all wrapped up. So go pick an organization, create a project ID. There we go. We're in collaborate now. Go turn collaborate on. Just get this committed, and we'll just put in a message that this is my ninja game. And there's a little bit of discussion in chat about just the number of projects that you need for having a game, or to apply for a game, like how many things you should have in your portfolio. And I just want to be clear that having one thing in your portfolio can be enough. If it's one thing that shows that you're able to do the job that they're hiring for, and that's what they're looking for, they want to find that. If you have a whole ton of stuff in there and most of it's bad, then it doesn't really help you. It only helps if the stuff is good. So I would focus more on just having like one or two things that are really good than having a whole ton of stuff. That doesn't mean don't build a lot of stuff, but the things that you show off, at least just focus on the really good stuff and feature that stuff the best or the most. And don't worry about showing all of the things. You really just need to show the best stuff. All right, let's put in a note that we've created Ninjago Racer game. I'm still not sure that this is the most fun game and that I love the actual gameplay, so maybe tomorrow put in some more gameplay elements to make it more interesting, but I also don't want to make it too complicated, and I want to make it nice and pretty and flashy, so I don't want to blow too much time, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, thanks again everybody for coming out watching. Please, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up buttons, all that stuff. Go share the stream, check out all the links down below and all that. Really appreciate it, and I will see you all again tomorrow.